there, readers. Welcome back to the Reader's Garden. So here's our plan for day 2. We're going to start out by doing our new concept review. Then we'll head over, do some word work practice, our regular word practice and review, and then we'll finish up with connected text, reading, and writing.
Phonics connects sounds and symbols, unlocking code increasingly nimble, like wings for words. It'll lift you high with every sound. You soar, you fly.
So let's get started with our new concept review. Hi, readers. We're going to talk about this letter today. Are you okay, little guy? You look a little, upset. Now, I say upset because in the beginning of the word upset, you hear and that's the short sound that this letter makes. What letter is this? This is the letter U. Very good, the letter U. And the letter U is a vowel. And its short sound, like in the beginning of the word upset, is What's its long sound? Its long sound is ooh or you, depending on the context, which we'll get to in further lessons, but today we're talking about the short sound of the letter U. And so let's talk about how we sign this U. To sign the letter U, you're going to put your middle finger and your pointer finger up, and you're going to put your ring finger and your pinky finger down, held by your thumb, and that's how you sign the letter U. So we can sign it and say We can hear that short U sound in the beginning of the word umbrella, umbrella, and in the beginning of the word up, up. Sometimes the short U comes in the beginning of words, like the word up, like we were talking about before, up, or the word us, us, Sometimes we see the short U in the middle of longer words, like in that blue word up top, it says slump. So when you slump, you sort of like slouch over, slump. And the sounds in slump are slump, or the word down below in green, which is the word scrub, like we'd scrub with a bar of soap. And we can sound that out, scrub. So let's talk about the way we make the letter U, or the short with our mouth. That's the sound we hear in the beginning of words like up, or we hear it in the word cup or the word bus. So to make this sound, put your hand on your belly and push in slightly while you say this sound, almost like you're being gently pushed in the tummy. So you can see, our bellies go in when we make that sound. It's like the sound we're getting, like if all of a sudden you were pushing a shopping cart and it accidentally got pushed in your tummy, you go, and that's the sound of the short U. All right, now because it's a vowel, we can stretch this sound. When I'm saying, I'm saying it in a short way, but I can also say, and when I say that, it sounds a little like I'm not sure of the answer to a question. Like if someone's like, do you want this blue marker or this purple marker? And I'm like, and like, I don't know. That's that short U sound. All right, so let's try it together. Let's do 3 short U's and then let's stretch it. Very good. Keep practicing this one. We've talked before how with our vowel valley, the closer down you get into the valley towards the water in the picture, your chin goes lower and lower and lower. So when we do the I sound, where it's up a little bit, I, and then ah, and then ah, and then to do it goes, our chin is going back up a bit, and that's why we're going back up the vowel valley. To make your uppercase U, you're going to start at that top line and go straight down and then start to curve once you're near the bottom, then curve back up and straight to the top. That's your uppercase U. To make your lowercase U, you'll start just at that middle line and you're going to do another curve around, curve to the bottom, back to the middle, but this time you go straight down, making a little tail, and that's your lowercase U. It's time now for us to head over for some word work.
All right, readers.
Now it's time for our word work mat practice. Mrs. Gardner is going to guide us to build and change words. We'll use our word work mats to help us break apart and put together letters to build a variety of words. Make sure you listen carefully. Are you ready? Let's get started. Our first word we're going to make is the word hum, like I hum a little tune. There we go. Hum, hum, hum. Now, how would I change the word hum to the word sum, like the answer to an addition question? We're going to take off that H and add a S, and we get sum. I'm going to take off that M and put an N at the end. What's the word now? The word is sun, sun. How would you change sun to run? Sun to run. Take off the S. We need to run, run. Take off that N and put a T at the end. What word do we have now? The word is rut. Rut. I'm stuck in a rut with my bicycle. And if I take off that T and put a B at the end, what's the word now? The word is rub. Rub. How would I change rub to cub? Cub. I'll need to take off the R and add a K, and I get cub. Cub. Now, how would I change cub to cup? Cub to cup. I will need a P at the end. Cup. Up. Cup. Now, if I take off the P and put a T, what is the word now? The word is cut. Cut. And if I take off the C in the beginning and instead put a G, what word do I get now? The word becomes gut. Gut. Okay, I'd like to change gut to get. I will need to get an sound and put it in the middle, and I get get. Take off that G, please, and put an N in the beginning. The word is now net. Net. How would I change net to nut? Oh, I hear what I'll need. I need an a U. Nut. Nut. Now, if I take off the N and put a B there, the word becomes but. But I'm busy doing my word work. Okay, and then finally, if we take off the T and add an S at the end, we get the word bus. Bus. And that's our last word we're going to make. Although, as we put our letters away, watch, if we put our B away, we get the word us. Us. All right, let's put our S back and our U back, and we'll be all ready for our next word work. Great job. Let's go do our irregular word practice and review. This is the word look. And today we're going to learn why look is one of our heart words. So the word is look. Say it with me. Look. Let's use look in a sentence. For example, I like to look at the stars. Now you try using look in a sentence. And if you need to, pause the video. Now let's figure out how many sounds are in the word look. We're going to finger tap those sounds. What's the first sound that we hear in look? L. Next sound, last sound, k. 3 sounds, look. Let's do it again. L, k, look. Now let's focus on what is irregular about this word. The L and the K are making expected sounds, but those 2 O's together are making and we have not learned that rule yet. So therefore, we need to know that part by heart. This is making look. Look. All right, so let's spell it on our arms now that we know about the specialness of this word. L-O-O-K, look. L-O-O-K, look. And I remember there's a little rhyme I had learned about this when I was little that's L-O-O-K, look, look, look. L-O-O-K, look, look, look. So perhaps that will help you remember it too. All right, that is the word look. The word is book. Say it with me, book. Now let's use book in a sentence. For example, I am reading a great book right now. Now you try using book in a sentence. Let's segment the word into its sounds and figure out how many sounds are in the word book. Let's finger tap. B, k, book. Let's do it again. B, k, book. I hear 3 sounds in the word book. Now let's look at what makes this word irregular. The B is doing an expected thing and the K is doing an expected thing, but those 2 O's together are making the sounds and we haven't learned about that yet. So that's why this word is irregular. So this word is book, book. Now let's spell it on our arms. B-O-O-K, book. Again, B-O-O-K, book. And that is the word book. And it rhymes with the word look. The word is are. Say it with me, are. Now let's use are in a sentence. For example, we are friends. Now you try using are in a sentence. Let's figure out together how many sounds are in the word are. We're going to finger tap those sounds. What's the first sound? Ah, and the next sound, Ah, are. Let's do it again. Ooh, we just sounded like a pirate. Ah, are. Now let's focus on the parts of this word that we need to learn by heart. When we look at this word and we hear this word, we hear are, but the letters are A, R, E. And we haven't really learned yet about the rule with an E at the end of a word. So we would expect this word to say air because the E is helping out that A, but that's not what's happening with this word. We pronounce this word are. So the unexpected part of this word is the E at the end because it's not doing the job that we expect it to do. So what word is this? Are. Now let's practice spelling it on our arm. A-R-E, are. Again, A-R-E, are. And that is the word are. The word is was. Say it with me, was. Now let's use was in a sentence. For example, she was at school. Now you try using this word in a sentence. Let's figure out how many sounds are in the word was. We're going to finger tap those sounds. The first sound, w. The next sound, The last sound, z. Was. Let's do it again. Z. Was. There are 3 sounds in the word was. Now let's focus on what makes this irregular. When we look at the first sound, we see the W, and it is making an expected sound. It's saying w. But then we get to the A and the S. The A is making the sound as if it were a U, but it's not a U, it's an A. So we need to learn that part by heart. And the Z, or the S, is making a Z sound, which we haven't learned about yet, but sometimes the S does that. So this is was. There are several parts of this word that we need to learn by heart. Let's practice spelling it on our arm. W-A-S, was. Can you do that? W-A-S, was. And this is the word was. Our last stop for today is our connected text reading and writing practice. Let's head over now. Let's read. I've got my connected text sheet all printed from my Teachers Pay Teachers store. You are welcome to get it there, or you can just follow along with me here, and we are focused on that short U, the sound. So let's see what we are working with as far as our sentences. We have 3 sentences, and I'm going to cover all but that first one, just so we can focus on that. So let's see, we are reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, and we're ending with a question mark, so this will be a question. And do you see the U anywhere? Oh yeah, I see a U right there. And great, let's get started. Is it dust on the lamp? Is it dust on the lamp? Oh goodness. I definitely have dusty lamps. I always forget that you're meant to dust. That's just one of those cleaning things I'm always surprised that you have to keep doing. Okay, the next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, and this is ending in an exclamation point. So we're going to say it with excitement. And let's see, do we see any U's? I see a U right there. Okay. Look at the drum set. Look at the drum set. Oh, maybe someone hadn't seen one or was excited to get one, and they're just saying it with an exclamation. Look at the drum set. Or maybe something terrible happened and raccoons got in it, and so they're saying it with a lot of emotion. I don't know. Look at the drum set. There's a lot of ways this could go. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words ending in a period. So we have a statement. And do we see any U's? There is a U there, and that's it. The slug is not fast. The slug is not fast. That is true. I've never seen a fast slug, but I think slugs are so cool. I love slugs and snails. Let's read everything. Is it dust on the lamp? Look at the drum set. The slug is not fast. And that, my dears, is our reading. So let's go ahead and move on to some writing.
Please make sure you have something to write with, like a pencil.
And please make sure you have something to write on, like a piece of paper, or a whiteboard will do just fine too. I've got my highlighters and my pens, and we are all ready to write. All right, our first sentence is I look at the bugs. I look at the bugs. 5 words. I'm going to mark that out on my page. I look at the, can I fit it? Maybe. Let's see. Bugs. Period. All right. I would like you to go write, I look at the bugs, and then come back. All right. Let's check that writing together. Capital I. I look at the bugs. Bugs. I look at the bugs. Are you someone who likes bugs? I feel like people are split on this. Either you are someone who likes bugs and thinks they're cool, or you're someone who might even be a little afraid of bugs. I think bugs are pretty cool. Okay, the next one is the cubs can jump. The cubs can jump. That's 4 words. Let's mark where we think those words will likely go. Maybe I need more space. The cubs can jump, period. The cubs can jump. So you're going to write the cubs can jump. Pause and then come back. All right, we'll start out with a capital T because we're starting our sentence. And the word is the Cubs. The Cubs can the Cubs can jump, period. And the last sentence is the rug was on the bump. The rug was on the bump. That's 6 words. The rug was on the bump. The rug was on the bump, period. All right, please pause the video to write. Oh, let's make sure we can fully see that there. Scoot that down. There we go. The rug was on the bump. Okay, let's write it together now that you have done it on your own. The rug was on the bump. This makes me think about when you're camping and you have your sleeping bag and it's just like over a bump on the ground and you're like, oh gosh, there is no way I'm getting comfortable with this. That is not my favorite thing about camping. All right, let's go ahead and read everything we wrote. I look at the bugs. The cubs can jump. This is very true of bear cubs. I know that to be true. They are so agile. They can go up trees. They can jump. They are really amazing. The rug was on the bump. Excellent writing. I am so very proud of you. Lesson complete. You did it. You are all done with this lesson.
Phonics connects sounds and symbols. Unlocking code increasingly nimble, like wings for words. It'll lift you high with every sound you soar, you fly.